Hello everyone, welcome back to 2 minute classes. We will see a hands-on example of Python. So the question is to find if the entered number is a factorial number or not. Okay, so this is not a program of finding factorial, this is a program to find if entered number is factorial number or not. So let us first see what is a factorial number. A number which is factorial of some other number is called factorial number. For example, 120 is a factorial number because it is factorial of 5. So the factorial of 5 is 120. So 120 is a factorial number. Similarly, 6, 24, 720 and some other numbers, they are also the factorial numbers because they are factorial of some other number. 6 is factorial of 3. This is the factorial of 4. 720 is factorial of 6. But on the other hand, 5, 25, 9, 13, these are the numbers which are not factorial numbers because no numbers have factorial value equal to 5, 25, 9. So I hope you understood the meaning of factorial number. Now let us move to how we are going to build up the logic. Suppose the entered number is n. Then if we start from 1 and find the factorial of each number from 1 till n and compare the value. Okay, I will find the factorial of 1, compare its value with n, entered value n. Then I will find the factorial of 2, 3, 4 till n, and every time whenever I am finding the factorial, I will compare the result with n. And if any of these calculated value is equal to n, then I would just print that n is a factorial number. And if none of them is equal to n, then it is not a factorial number. Now let us see this with an example. Suppose the value of n is 24. So we will start from 1 till 24 and one by one we will find the factorial of each numbers. So 1 factorial is 1, which is not equal to 24. 2 factorial is 2, again not equal to 24. 3 factorial is 6, not equal to 24. But 4 factorial is 24, which is equal to our entered value 24. So over here we will print that 24 is a factorial number, then end our program. Now let us see one more example where a number which is not a factorial number. So for example, 25. So again we will start from 1 till 25 and one by one find the factorial. So 1 factorial is 1, not equal to 25. Similarly 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now 5 factorial is 120, which is again not equal to 25. So if you want, you can continue to find factorials till 6, 7, 8, 9 till 25. Otherwise, as soon as the calculated factorial, that is 120, it is greater than our entered number 25, then we can stop and declare that n is not a factorial number. So in the beginning, we have started with a condition that we have to find factorial from 1 till 25. But you can stop in between whenever the calculated factorial becomes greater than the entered value n. So this is how we are going to proceed. Now let us move to the programming part. First of all, I will enter a number n. So I will enter an integer number. Or not. Okay. Now, as per our logic, what we will do? We will have a for loop I in range. We all know the syntax for loop. Okay. Okay. Now we have to begin from 1 and go till n. So we know that range function, this is the starting value and ending value, whatever you write, it will go 1 less than that. So I will, instead of n, I will write n plus 1. Okay. Now within this, we need to calculate the factorial of I because I is the variable which will have the values 1, 2, 3, 4 till n plus 1. So over here I am assuming that I will write a function called factorial or fact. So what I will do, I will say if n is equal to fact of I. In that case, I am going to print factorial number, or I will just say n is a factorial number. Then I will write one more if, else if n is suppose greater than fact of I. Then in that case, I will print not a factorial number. Okay, and to make it more clear, I'll write n is not a factorial number. Over here, I have assumed that I will write a function fact. So that is why it is showing me the red line. Okay. Now there is no need to write else, because if n is not equal to fact of I and n is not greater than fact of I, then it will keep on repeating this loop. Over here, as we have discussed, if n becomes greater than the calculated factorial of I, in that case I will print this and break. So break over here symbolize like what it will do. As soon as your number is not a factorial number, it will break from the loop. That is, it will come out of the loop. And similarly over here also, because we need not like go on checking for other numbers. Okay, so as soon as you find that the value, the factorial of I is equal to n, then you will print this and break from the loop. And if the value of factorial of I becomes greater than n, then also you will do this. Okay, over here I missed the symbol, so it should be like this. Okay, so this will complete our program, and before this we will need to write a function. How to write a function? Def is the keyword. Then suppose my function name would be fact, which I have used over here, and in fact you can use any variable. I am using a variable a. So we will write the logic of factorial over here. So how to find the factorial of a number? Okay, my number over here is a. You can also take n. And after this, return factorial. Okay, over here I have mistyped I. Okay, so what this function will do, this will, for any input which you are giving it, like over here we are giving the input I. So one by one, when the loop executes, the value of I will be 1. It will call the function fact with 1. It will calculate the factorial of 1 and return 1. Then the value of I will be 2. Then it will calculate the factorial of 2 by calling this function and then return the factorial of 2. And similarly in this way. So in this way, when you are defining it using a function, your program becomes very simple. Now let us try and execute this program. Okay, enter a number to find if it is factorial number or not. So I will enter 120. So it will say 120 is a factorial number. I have an updated version of Python, so that is why it is showing me brackets. So over here I need not to write brackets. Then it will show me properly without brackets. But for simplification, I have kept the brackets. Okay, now again we will execute it. I will enter one more number which is factorial number. 24 is a factorial number. Now we will start and we will enter a number which is not a factorial number, which we have taken the example. 25 is not a factorial number. Again you can take some other example also, suppose 9. So 9 is also not a factorial number. So this is how the logic of factorial number works. Okay, you can have a look at this program for a minute. Then I will show you how we can write a similar program using this. Okay, so suppose I want to write a program. Okay, I'll just erase out this program. Okay, suppose I want to write a program find if entered number is a perfect square. Okay, so a perfect square, a number is a perfect square when it is square of something. Suppose 4. So 4 is a square of 2, so that is why 4 is a perfect square. 16 is a perfect square because it is square of something. 9 is a perfect square. 25 is a perfect square. Okay, so the numbers like 9, 4, 25, 16, okay, 81, all these are perfect squares. But the numbers like 2, 3, 5, okay, 18, 20, they are not perfect squares because they are not the square of any of the numbers. So this logic will also work on the similar kind of grounds. Okay, what we will do, we will first write a function def, we will name the function as square. So whatever number you enter in this function, it will return the square of this. And how to find the square? Just multiply it twice. Okay, so square n. Now what we will do to find if it is a perfect number or not. Sorry, perfect number. Perfect square or not. Okay, so I will enter a number n and I will try to find out whether it is a perfect square or not. Over here I have taken this value as n and also this as n. So remember, in function this is a local variable. So these two n are different from each other. Now how we will proceed? We will again write the similar program for range 1 till n plus 1. Okay, and in this loop we will check if n is equal to square of I. Okay, so if it is equal to square of I, what we are doing, again we are finding the squares from 1 till n plus 1. Suppose I have entered 16, so I will find the square of 1, 2, 3, 4, and if any time that square is equal to the entered number, which is 16, then in that case I will print perfect square. Okay, no need to write else over here, and I will write else if over here. Suppose n, like the calculated value of square, becomes greater than n. Suppose I have entered the number as 15. So I will find square of 1, which will be equal to 1, then 2 square will be 4, 3 square will be 9, and 4 square will be 16, which is greater than the entered number 15. So over here, when your square reaches the value which is greater than the entered number, then you will print not a perfect square and then break. Okay, so I forgot to write break before also. So as soon as you find out that something is a perfect square or something is not a perfect square, you will not keep on repeating the loop, you will just stop. Okay, so now let's execute. I have shown this example because this also works on the similar ground as that of factorial number. So now execute this program. So we know that 4 is square of something, so it is giving me perfect square. Now I will execute it with suppose 25. So 25 is also square of something. It is a square of 5, so it is giving me this. Now I will enter 24. I know that 24 is not the square of any number, so it is giving me not a perfect square. Okay. Similarly, if you enter 9, it will give you perfect square. And suppose if you enter 10, it will give you not a perfect square. So this is how the program looks like.